Good morning, and we are here at the Connellsville Career Vocational Technical School, and this is our creative community with Just Ann today, as Shirley is going to be one of our interviewees today. So I am here with Dr. Shauna Little. We are also here with Bruce James, and we are here with Shirley Rosenberger. So we are here to talk about the wonderful murals that we have in this terrific building and how it came about and the whole idea behind it and the actual meaning for the students as well as the faculty. So I know when this idea originally came, it was 2017.
It was, yes.
And Miss Shauna was part of the original idea. So we're going to talk to Shauna about that first. So Shauna, do you remember the idea?
Oh, yes, I do. The idea started actually here with myself and Mrs. Jennifer Sanzone, who's actually now the middle school principal. She was the principal here in this building back then. And we just thought when I was moving into this space that we needed something a little more creative because it was literally just tan walls and we knew it was going to be the workforce center. So she's like, what about those ladies down at Appalachian Creativity Center? They do great work. I wonder if they would do a mural for us. And yes, there we go. Segue to, we roll into the Appalachian Creativity Center studio with a piece of white paper about this big and a pencil drawing of what we deemed a career road. So that's kind of where we started. We told them we just wanted to see like a career road with different on and off opportunities for our students.
All right. So Shirley, who led this project with a variety of artists, they came in and they started working on the idea that Shauna and Mrs. Sanzone had, and it completely developed, I think, a lot larger than what the actual
maybe
paper
what we
showed.
could have dreamed of, you know. That's what I always say. I mean, we gave them this very basic idea and it just took off.
I think it had 2 lines on the paper. It had maybe 3
it
words.
was a road. Yes,
Literally
that's
a road.
all it was.
Yeah. So Shirley, when you had taken the original sketch, we'll call it a sketch. We'll
Sketch, very, very
okay.
basic.
So when you took the original sketch that was given to you, did you think it was going to turn into everything that we have behind us?
I was hoping. The sketch that I got literally was 2 parallel lines with a line going up and a square block, and I think it had success on it. And when Ann originally gave it to me, I was like, "What is this?" and she said that they want this career road. And so when we came in, brought a couple of our artists over. Michelle Mowry was involved, Jill Lambie, Christy Pulaski. Ann did some work on it. Michelle Mowry's daughter was here. A friend of Dayton's, Abby Brandt, was involved. And what we did is we looked around and we were trying to figure out, well, what can we do with the room that would make it a little bit more spectacular, more, vibrant. And so as we got to talk, and I said, it'd be nice if the road was going through Connellsville. And I mentioned to Michelle, I said, is there any way we can incorporate the mountain in to the actual mural, because we have so many kids that are coming from the mountain to the Connellsville Career and Technical Center. And then I thought, well, maybe we can even make it a history lesson. So we picked 4 of the buildings in Connellsville that really, it's kind of the core of our history, and that's the Crawford Cabin, the Aaron's Building, the library, and the Gibson House. And then we had one problem area, which is the area back here. As you can see, it has the fire thing and the phone line. And so I went home and thought about it, and the only thing I could come up with was the Amtrak station in the hospital tower, which the hospital has been in Connellsville forever, so it is kind of a historic site. So what we did is we have it as a seasonal thing as well. So it starts with the spring, summer, fall, and then of course the winter in the mountain. And that's kind of how that came about. And the other wall, we just wanted to have a representation of all the departments. So Shauna provided me with a list of all the departments in this particular building. And what I did is I came up with different drawings that represent those departments, and we used those. And then I wanted to add the words just as a motivational thing. And so that's pretty much how it came about. We do have the road in here. We do have their signs.
I see the road somewhere. Yes.
But we added the river only because we thought it'd be fun.
We have to have the river.
We got the jump off rock over here. But this is the final result. And Michelle Mowry and her daughter, myself, we did a lot of the work over here, and then we had the other artists working on that area.
That was
over there as well.
Jill and Chrissy,
you
and
was
myself.
involved in that. So yeah, and Abby also was doing some of the work over here as well. So it's definitely a team effort. So
I think we also got a lot of inspiration from Shauna and
Yes.
from Ms. Sanzone
Yes.
as well, because while we were working on it, they would come in daily, as well as
the secretaries would come in daily. The staff was coming in.
I think that was pretty cool. Like
Yeah.
they came in, they were
Yeah.
giving us their input,
Yeah.
and you know what? Just to see the smile
Yeah.
on their face, you knew you
Yeah.
were doing something.
Yeah,
good.
like we had these the constant supply of people just coming in and kind of seeing how things are going along and how they were coming about. And honestly, that's happened to every one of the murals that we've done up here. And you know, like when I was out on doing the last one that we did, the custodial people just loved it because they were the ones who was here most of the time. And of course, you.
And then there's Bruce.
And there's Bruce.
Bruce needs no introduction.
But and I was so tempted to put your name somewhere in that mural. I was so tempted.
I do recall you asking Shirley to make a mural of just you. So I think that's going to be coming soon.
Yeah,
Pretty sure.
yeah, pretty soon.
I'm pretty sure.
Maybe upon his retirement
Yeah.
in 5 to 7 years.
I agree. I totally agree.
I was actually trying to convince one of the custodial people that was working here to find a picture of yours that was about maybe this big.
I believe it was Mr. Kosciuszko.
Yeah, well, yeah, and have it there before you came back. So
I think I was here for that conversation, and he was looking. Yeah, he totally had your back.
yeah. So, but that's pretty much how that got started, and the other murals are just kind of like a continuation of what we've already.
And we are going to be seeing all 3 murals that have been completed. You know what? Another for the second mural, Carol Hall was also a very big part of that.
And your daughter Samantha
And
came in.
Samantha also
So,
came in.
yeah. Yeah, the only one
and
that
then the
was-
third one was really all you.
and it was mainly because we were up on a lift. I was up on a lift and being a little bit.
She would not let me play with the lift for the record. I really wanted to, but no lift for me.
Which was crazy. I always
Yeah.
felt guilty talking to her because I'm like, I don't want to startle her. And there she goes off the lift. But I mean, honestly, that third mural, she worked tirelessly for what? You got all that done in like a week. It was crazy. So
Week and a half, yeah.
phenomenal.
So-
Yes.
Because it had to be done before school started
It
again.
had to be done before I went on my cruise.
Well, that too. But as this was for the students, it would had to be done before
But
this school.
honestly, the third mural that we're going to see, though, you're going to actually see a piece of Bruce in that as well, because the one quote is one that he gave me. So that actually,
know that.
yes, he actually gave me the quote that's right next to the flag.
know that.
Yeah, because she's the one who provided it to talk
Because
to
I
him.
asked him, because Bruce loves quotes, and Bruce is super motivational and inspirational. Love him as a boss. I'll sing his praises all day. But I asked him, I said, hey, they're looking for a quote for up by the flag. And I thought the one he gave was super fitting. Yeah.
Well, I'd just like to say, for the record, that I'm probably the best-looking stage prop up here, even though I'm cut out like a piece of cardboard. I want to say that. But on a serious note, I want to thank these ladies, Ann, Shirley, and Dr. Little, for doing all this hard work, even when I was here and then I left and I came back with this room, the school store, and also the front lobby area. A lot of good people really have had good feedback to me on the main lobby. And now that the school store is open, a lot of folks from the elementary and the middle school, when we do our rotations, Dr. Little takes them through there on the school store and they see the murals and they also see the one out here. Lots to do. I think it connects business, the community, and education in ways
Yes.
that are going to be here for a long, long time. So to you ladies, I thank you very
Yeah.
much.
Yeah,
Thank you.
we're glad to do it. Glad to do it.
And I think that was the reason that we had agreed without question or hesitation to do it, because we knew it was for the students, it was for the school, and we didn't look back after that.
And that's a big thing with us, like any kind of programming for the students, for the young kids, for the young adults. If you can give them something in their early years, it may be just enough to get them to come back to the community, even if they go out and go to college or go to a job, say down in Pittsburgh. There's going to be a connection here that'll bring them back, and that's why I think murals anywhere, like not just here but anywhere in the community and stuff. If you can make that connection with the youth, especially if they've been involved in it or if they have that emotional connection to it, they can at least come back and say, I was here when that was being done, or I know the person who did that, or something. There's that connection.
It lasts forever.
Yeah,
it does. It really does.
So.
I recall when we were working in what is now the school store, and there were 2 or 3 students that while they were walking to and from classes that would continuously stop in, and first they would knock or peek through that little door, and then the one day the door was open, same student would come in. This is so cool. And then
And I know who that student was. Yeah.
And then there was a young lady who was actually in the culinary
Yeah.
program across, who also had a lot of interest in the arts. And eventually she did come to work for us over the summer.
Yeah, that's
after
right.
That.
That's right. We made that
But it
connection
was
based on the mural.
because she was so inspired
Yeah.
about what we were doing,
Yeah.
and she wanted to be involved.
Yeah.
So I think that was
That
a
was
great
Leah.
story.
Yep.
Oh, that's
Yep.
right. That was Leah.
Yeah, and like I said, but that's what it's all about. I mean, if you can get the one phrase that I hate more than anything is, I don't have a creative bone in my body. You say that all the time, and
I mean artistic.
no, I firmly believe that everybody has it. It's just you have to find it and develop it. But I think everybody has that in them. They just don't realize. And it may not be creativity with painting. It may be with writing, or it may be creativity in how you handle situations.
Or
something
words.
like that.
Some
Or
people are
words,
very
yeah.
creative with words and can aspire
And
when
that's
they're
what I
talking
said.
to you.
I mean, like things like this, it inspires people, because I've even had Shauna send me emails and says, "Hey, look, there's somebody asking about one of the houses, or about the house, or about
Yeah,
the
I
school."
asked you about Gibson House. Someone had questions about that. So I said it's such a conversation piece. I mean, everybody that comes into my room, I mean, adult, child, young adult, I mean, they're always blown away, and they want to know how, who, when, and it's just always a fantastic conversation piece.
And I think that's what I think is great, is whenever you get the conversation started. If you get the conversation started, then people are going to, kind of interject, and they're going to continue, and they may even be inspired to go out and check it out.
But one of the good things that comes from this room and the school store, the lobby, but this room over here, and you ladies probably are unaware of it, but Shauna secured funding from the Community Foundation of Fayette County. And once she put the school store and the business and the financial end in place for our student groups, they came down. Well, you were here when they had
Yeah.
the opening. The 3 or 4 reps from the Community Foundation of Fayette County, first question or questions they asked is about the murals and who did it. So I can tell you they probably carried that name back throughout the county area in Uniontown. So what it does is it brings another layer of connectiveness to everything.
Yeah.
And hopefully, we don't want to share you with everybody, but if you start doing it in other buildings or other elementary schools,
We are booked.
other schools in the county, then you know what, the bottom line is it's for the kids.
Yeah.
And
It
it's
is.
reaching
It is.
efforts
exactly
far out of
Yeah.
the Connellsville School District, which is what it's all about. But I thought that was a nice thing, because they loved it the day they were
yeah.
here. They loved
Yeah.
that whole thing,
Yeah.
instead of
And you
just
guys gave them a shout out, and you'll see that
Yeah.
in the school
plain
store.
paint.
Yeah.
They actually made like a painted plaque that gave credit to the community
Yeah.
foundation, which was awesome.
And I think also it's very important because, community is all about working together. And I think a lot of times there a lot of groups miss that point, is that, they're all, they focus on themselves. But if you start working together, like nonprofits working together, or schools working together, or for-profit businesses like ours working with you, I mean, it makes the community so much better, and the results are clear. You know what I mean? Especially, like I said, if you get one kid that sits there and says, "Hey, what's that building?" That's something they didn't know before, And so I think that's probably the most important thing, is that you're making that connection with the community. It's different organizations that are working together for the community, and I think that's the most important thing.
Yes, it is.
Yeah.
And you'll have to hit them with your special surprise, your next painting in the cafeteria down the road. We'll save that for later.
I think we're going to try to go over there and take a few shots of
Oh,
that
man.
so you can see what is coming. What is coming. That one makes me sweat a little
To
bit.
be
I'm not
announced.
sure.
That's a large scale
That's a
project.
very large project indeed. I heard that you're going to give up some of your Christmas vacation to come and help with that one, though.
If it's going to be like one of those big ocean liners, I can stand out in the front like the captain, just giving directions across
Actually, I
there.
have a better idea. We'll set up the Titanic scene with you and Shauna. You and Shauna will be in the front.
Wow.
We wanted to make the voyage this time, though, get across. Oh, but nope, that sounds good. I'm interested and excited to see what that's going to be.
Yep. So.
Well, I think we're going to be taking some photographs and showing some video now of the murals that have been completed by Appalachian Creativity Center, Miss Shirley Rosenberger, myself, and a lot of talented people that without them it couldn't be done. But we certainly want to thank Shauna and Mrs. Sanzone and Bruce for continuing allowing us to come in here and keep putting more murals up to give this institution something beautiful to look at and some inspiration for those students. So, all right, we're going to wrap this up, and we will see you next time, friends. Bye.